welcome back, everyone. Grab your popcorn because today's story is packed with shocking twists, emotional moments, and secrets that change everything. Let's jump right in, folks. It is an absolutely beautiful day to dive deep into the incredible, heart-stopping madness unfolding in Port Charles. We are thrilled to have you here with us as we unpack some of the most jaw-dropping developments we have seen in a long time. Grab your coffee, take a seat, and let us get right into the thick of it, because the drama is boiling over. I cannot even begin to process the sheer, unadulterated ruthlessness of Brooke Lynn Quartermaine Amanda Setton right now. Folks, if you ever thought the Quartermaine family had gone soft over the years, Brooke Lynn is here to prove that the cutthroat, scheming genes of her ancestors are alive, well, and absolutely thriving in her veins. I just finished watching the latest leaks for the week of June 22 to June 26, and my jaw is permanently glued to the floor. Brooke Lynn is not just playing a silly prank, she is actively orchestrating the complete and total destruction of Willow Kane's Caitlin McMullen life. We are talking about a full-blown, malicious, frame-up job. Brooke Lynn is setting Willow up to take the fall as the hit-and-run driver who mowed down Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper. Let that sink in for a minute. Jordan, a highly respected figure in town, was left for dead, and Brooke Lynn is pointing the finger squarely at sweet, unsuspecting Willow. Willow is already pacing the floors, wringing her hands with worry over her complicated relationship with Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, completely oblivious to the absolute freight train of destruction barreling down the tracks right toward her. It is diabolical, it is cold-blooded, and I am absolutely on the edge of my seat. What really makes my blood run cold is the methodology behind this vicious revenge plot. Brooke Lynn is not just planting a simple seed of doubt, she is manufacturing hard, irrefutable digital evidence. And who is she dragging into this mess to get the job done? None other than Brick Stephen A. Smith. Yes, Sonny Corinthos' very own tech genius and security expert. Brooke Lynn is utilizing Brick's unparalleled skills to forge GPS data that will place Willow's black SUV directly at the scene of Jordan's accident at the exact moment of the collision. This is not some amateur hour gossip. This is a high-tech, meticulously calculated assassination of Willow's character and freedom. I am sitting here screaming at the screen because the sheer audacity of Brooke Lynn sitting back, sipping her coffee, and waiting to watch Willow's entire existence crumble into dust is chilling. She has everything lined up perfectly, the trap is set, the bait is laid, and all that is left is for the jaws to snap shut. But here is the million-dollar question that is keeping me up at night. How in the world is Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, going to react to this? Chase is a dedicated cop, a man of the law, a guy who prides himself on truth and justice above all else. When this fabricated GPS evidence lands on his desk, or when his colleagues bring Willow in wearing handcuffs, what will he do? Will his sharp police instincts override the manufactured facts? Will he look at the black and white data and actually believe that Willow is capable of such a heinous crime? Or will he smell a rat and realize that his own wife, Brooke Lynn, is the mastermind behind this grotesque charade? If Chase finds out that Brooke Lynn orchestrated this massive betrayal, it will blow their relationship into a million irreparable pieces. This storyline is a ticking time bomb, and the shrapnel is going to take out half of Port Charles. Willow is going to be fighting for her life and her freedom, entirely blindsided by an enemy she never even saw coming. As if that is not enough to make your heart palpitate, we have to talk about the terrifying situation brewing with Jens Sidwell, Carlo Rhoda. Oh boy, the stakes have never been higher. Sidwell is not a man who makes empty threats, and it looks like his elaborate, deadly trap is finally springing shut. The hair on my arm stood up when I realized just who is caught in his crosshairs this week. We are talking about the absolute titans of Port Charles, Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Benar, Laura Collins, Jeannie Francis, and Lucas Jones Van Hansis. This is not just a random act of violence. This is a calculated, devastating strike against the very foundations of our beloved town. Sonny, the Teflon Don, has survived countless mob wars, but Sidwell operates on a completely different level of warfare. And Laura? Our beloved Mayor Laura Collins, the heart and soul of this city, dragged into this nightmare alongside Lucas. I am terrified that not everyone is going to walk away from this encounter unscathed. Sonny is going to have to dig deep into his darkest, most ruthless instincts to protect Laura and Lucas. But will it be enough against a mastermind like Sidwell? And just when you think you have a handle on the chaos, the show throws a massive, mind-bending curveball right at our heads. Let us talk about the Rocco Falconeri Finn Carr situation, because my brain is still spinning from this revelation. Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, and Lulu Spencer, Alexa Havens Bruining, are frantic, tearing the world apart, looking for their missing son. But the clue they get about his whereabouts, it comes from Nathan West. But hold on to your hats, folks, because this is not the Nathan we knew and loved. This is Cassius Faison, Ryan Pavey, parading around under that name. I practically jumped out of my chair when this was revealed. Cassius Faison, carrying the toxic, poisonous legacy of the Faison family, is the one pulling the strings here. Seeing the Faison name back in action sends shivers down my spine. And knowing he is messing with Dante and Lulu's family is a recipe for absolute disaster. Cassius drops the ultimate bombshell that Rocco is currently with Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault. Yes, you heard me right, Britt. What in the name of General Hospital history is going on here? How is Britt tangled up in this kidnapping, and what does Cassius Faison want with Dante and Lulu's boy? The Faison family tree is a twisted, thorny mess of psychopaths and masterminds, and seeing Cassius manipulate these desperate parents by using Rocco as a pawn is classic despicable behavior. Dante is operating on pure, desperate, fatherly adrenaline right now, and Lulu is a lioness tail, ready to rip apart anyone who stands between her and her cub. Going up against a Faison means walking into a maze of mirrors, and I am terrified of what they will find when they finally track down Britt and Rocco. Meanwhile, the tension over at the Spencer Corinthos compound is thick enough to cut with a chainsaw. Ross Cullum, Andrew Hawks, has officially cornered Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, in her own home, and the confrontation is nothing short of explosive. Cullum is throwing around massive federal-level accusations, claiming that Carly is harboring the ultimate fugitive, Valentine Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart. Let me tell you, watching Carly stand her ground against a man like Cullum is a masterclass in defiance. She has that classic Carly glare, refusing to back down an inch, but you can see the genuine danger she is in. Cullum is not playing games. He is a man obsessed, and he will tear Carly's house down to the studs if he thinks Valentine is hiding in the walls. This is where the romance and the heroism come crashing into the storyline, and I am absolutely here for it. Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, currently sidelined and dealing with his own severe physical limitations, gets wind of these disturbing developments. He hears that Carly is trapped, facing the absolute wrath of a mad dog like Cullum, and the look in Brennan's eyes, pure, unadulterated panic mixed with a fierce, protective love. Brennan still cares deeply for Carly, despite all the water under the bridge, despite the lies and the endless complications. Knowing that the woman he loves is in the crosshairs of a dangerous agent is the ultimate catalyst. I am calling it right now. This terrifying situation with Carly is exactly the motivation Jack Brennan needs to push through his physical therapy and regain his mobility faster than anyone thought possible. He is not going to lie in a bed while Carly is threatened. We are going to see Brennan push his body to the absolute breaking point to get back on his feet. Let us shift gears to the younger generation, because the drama is certainly not sparing them either. Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, is standing at a massive crossroads in her life. She is trying to focus, weighing her future, and making the final crucial preparations for her upcoming show. This is supposed to be her moment to shine, a culmination of all her hard work and incredible talent. But this is Port Charles, and nobody gets a moment of peace. Right as Trina is trying to cement her professional future, her family life is about to explode. Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr is on the verge of going into labor. The timing could not be more chaotic. Will Trina's monumental showcase be completely derailed by this sudden medical emergency? The emotional whiplash for Trina, balancing the zenith of her career with the terrifying, beautiful chaos of a new sibling arriving, is going to be incredible to watch. Finally, I have saved the absolute best for last because my heart is singing with joy. Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, is coming back to our screens. Oh, how we have missed our legendary super spy. But her situation is incredibly precarious. We know that Willow actually played a massive secret role in helping Anna navigate her disastrous legal troubles, which is a brilliant twist. Now, Anna is stuck in a medical facility in France, and her only hurdle is proving she is physically and mentally fit enough to be discharged and return home. But it is never that simple for Anna Devane, is it? She is trapped in a psychological nightmare. Ross Cullum has been relentlessly gaslighting her, twisting her reality, and making her question her own sanity. Folks, the week of June 22 to June 26 is shaping up to be an absolute masterclass in soap opera storytelling, and I cannot wait to watch every single second of it.